speaking to you as the president of the Black Catholics United Against Abortion. We do believe that more than anything else, abortion is racism. It is a way of pruning, if you will, the black population. In 1973, shortly after the civil rights struggle, when there were more benefits for the black people, all of a sudden we were given this free thing from the Society of America, abortion. 78% of your free abortion clinics were placed in black and urban areas for the purpose of something free of charge from a racist society. As to put it in words of one pro-abortionist, we don't need so many Negroes anymore. There's no more cotton to pick. So with these feelings about black people, this was one way of doing it as a social benefit, if you will. We're here to help you. Black women, and let it be stated, black women never demonstrated, demanded, or even requested the right to an abortion. We've been asking for the right to decent housing, the right to education, in fact, the right to health care. And all we've been given free of charge is the right to kill our unborn child. We are still struggling for equal opportunity. If a black woman walks into a hospital and says she is in need of some sort of medical care, she would be turned away unless she has Medicaid or Blue Cross or or Medicare. But if she asks for an abortion, there are no questions. We will be glad to kill the baby in your womb. It is demeaning to the black woman because when you wanted us, in other words, when we were on the plantation, you snatched the newborn baby from my arms and sold it into slavery. Today, you cut it out of the womb and throw it in the garbage or use it for human experimentation. Let it be known that over 80% of black Americans are against abortion on demand. Let it be known that black women never requested, demanded, nor demonstrated for abortion. And never requested, demanded, nor demonstrated for abortion. Yes, some black legislators believe that if white women have it, black women want it. They don't know black women.
That is gut-wrenching. And as you saw, that was Dr. Dolores Grier for Black Catholics United Against Abortion. So, and this, of course, was from some time ago, but I think we need to realize the reasoning behind something. You know, everything is always packaged as something good, right? It's always packaged as my right to do what I want with my body, not realizing there is a demonic reason behind it. And we, Black Americans, or, you know, just being honest, it was meant to destroy black people, Jewish people, any person of color, low IQ whites. I'm going to revisit clip from Forgotten History with Margaret Sanger, who is the founder of Planned Parenthood. And as you saw from this clip, 80% of these free clinics are in black neighborhoods. And that was horrifying to hear, that we don't need you anymore because there's no more cotton to pick. And the evil racism is coming from the left. It's coming from the left, okay? Because people who are conservative, all people who are conservative, no matter what we look like, we're pro-life, typically. There are some exceptions, you know, like Donald Trump has exceptions for the health of the mother in case of incest or any kind of SA. You know, I'm just going to be careful what I say, but this is so horrifying to hear that people today, black people, this was meant to destroy us.
Something happened to me, something I saw yesterday. Brother Gary, shook my soul. It has nothing to do with, as far as I'm concerned, politics, even though a politician did it. Listen, President Joe Biden ignited outrage on Tuesday for making a sign of the cross at a pro-abortion campaign. Now, whether you are a Democrat or Republican or like me, non-affiliate, you got to agree. If you're a Christian, if you are devout, if you're halfway religious, if you're sort of kind of religious, if you are an agnostic, if you're an atheist, or if you are a Muslim or a Buddhist, you got to have a challenge, a problem with any person of any political party at any time making the sign of the cross gesture at an abortion clinic. A clip of the incident shows Biden making the important Christian gesture as Florida Democrat Party Chairwoman Nikki Fried slammed the Sunshine State's new law banning abortion after 6 weeks, with the exception for rape, incest, human trafficking, maternal health, and in the case of fatal fetal abnormalities. So they put quite a few reasonable exceptions in that some would argue as reasonable.
It's crazy to me that the Democrats are always promoting death, the party of death. Chaos in the streets, get rid of your child. They're always promoting things that cause chaos, racial unrest. You can be for sure that coming up in the next few weeks leading up to the election, I'm just believing, because this is what they normally do, is promote a lot of racial division on TV. They're going to do it because that's what they know how to do. And a lot of fear mongering and a lot of racism being thrown around and a lot of chaos, which is a smoke screen to keep us from realizing what's actually going on.
In 1939, Sanger began what was called the Negro Project, alongside black leaders like W.E.B. Du Bois, Mary McLeod Bethune, and Reverend Adam Clayton Powell. This was the plan to have black doctors performing on black patients, to perpetuate the sterilization of blacks who were deemed inferior, as many black patients were suspicious of white doctors. Following upon Sanger's eugenics platform, disguised as giving women access to birth control, the ABCL became Planned Parenthood Federation of America in 1942, after birth control was no longer considered illegal, at least among married couples. During this period, Sanger had critics and supporters. The supporters even today claim that she condemned abortion, arguing that it would not be needed if every woman had access to birth control. What they leave out is that Sanger only opposed abortions if that meant not producing the best, healthiest, most intelligent from Caucasian couples. For blacks, Jews, and brown-skinned people, as well as low IQ white people and those with birth defects, they were not to be allowed. This was what the Nazis adopted. Ironically, in 1966, Planned Parenthood began issuing its Margaret Sanger Awards annually to honor individuals of distinction, recognition of excellence and leadership in furthering reproductive health and reproductive rights. However, the organization very quietly and without any fanfare stopped this practice as Black Lives Matter rose to prominence.
Because we know if Black Lives Matter, then you can't get rid of the Black life, right? Everything that they do on the left is the opposite of what it actually is. They title it one thing, Black Lives Matter, but then Black lives really don't matter, right? We do matter, but according to the left, we don't matter. They just say we do, but then they act like we don't. But it's like we pay more attention to what people are saying than what they're actually doing. We have to be mindful of, we are, as a people, all people at this point, our Christian sensibilities, our religion, our right to worship God in whatever capacity we choose is being challenged from the left. And unfortunately, Black people still tend to vote Democrat primarily, most of the time, still. The best numbers we have right now for people going, Republican, which is more pro-life, is about 13 to 15%. That's still way more on the Democrat side. I don't know what it's going to take. I'm doing my part. I'm asking you all to share my videos as much as you can across all platforms, because we are being used. Black people are being participants in our own demise by the way we vote. In these clinics, more than 20 million Black babies have been unalived since 1973. We don't realize how many more people, Black people, that could mean in our country. And here is an actual little pie chart. It says Planned Parenthood targets minority neighborhoods. Percentage of Planned Parenthood surgical abortion facilities in minority neighborhoods. Percentage of Planned Parenthood surgical abortion facilities in other neighborhoods. So 79%, about 80% of Planned Parenthoods are located in Black neighborhoods. It says the prevalence of abortion facilities within minority communities serves as a major contributor to the rate in which Black women obtain abortions. Accordingly, Black women are 5 times more likely to have an abortion than white women. A recent study released by Protecting Black Life and Outreach of Life Issues Institute concluded that 79% of Planned Parenthood's surgical abortion facilities are strategically located within walking distance of African and or Hispanic communities. This study coincides with historical revelations that eugenicists dating to the mid-1900s argued that the most effective way they could advance their agenda would be to concentrate population control facilities within targeted communities. This is called they could advance their agenda would be to concentrate population control facilities, population control facilities within targeted communities. Historically, Blacks have been the unwitting victims of a hidden racist agenda of those behind abortion and birth control organizations because of they believed they were receiving a new civil right. Choice. On Capitol Hill, these advocates urged their constituents to challenge the pro-life position by accusing them of making the alleged disparity of healthcare for Black women worse. They're calling this healthcare reproductive rights as civil rights. The agenda, the hidden agenda is something else, is population control. Can you imagine how many more Black people that would actually be? Because right now we are about 13 to 14% of the population in America, but that would be much higher if more than 20 million babies had not been aborted since Roe v. Wade. That means you would have had, these people have grown up and had children and grandchildren. I always think about that. These people would still be alive because Roe v. Wade is 51 years old. So these people more than likely would still be alive and they would have had children and grandchildren. Look at how many people we have gotten rid of because we fell for the lie. We fell for the lie and we are hurting our own selves, our own communities. So we are always talking about, oh, the evil white man. No, we are doing it to ourselves at a disproportionate rate. I'm not saying, and that is a form of racism right there. That is racism. You saw the history behind it. And I'll link the original videos in the description so that you can see the whole Margaret Sanger video. That is insane. And we need to be educated on it. So I hope you guys like this video. It was meant to educate, not infuriate. I hope you all really liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as they always say, march on, warriors.